If Walter were here, what would you like to say to him?
Excited to talk about this film. Naomi, I want to start with you. Your character is unnamed in the book. She's just the unnamed narrator, but here she's Iris. I found that I'm a big Greek mythology buff. Iris, Apollo, god of rainbows, god of the sun. Such like a unique pairing. Could you kind of talk about just like the power of the name Iris and what that meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the director, writer team that came up with that, and very intentional, obviously, very different than the book, and there were, you know, many differences, but that was one of them. And I just loved this connection between the two of them. There was, he is this massive creature, godlike and clumsy and powerful and entitled and, you know, surprising. And she was, I don't know that she was sunny. She was quite at a low point in her life already with not being able to get through her writing, and she was sort of stuck and quite a lonely person, and the one person that she looked to for advice, support, he was her mentor, suddenly taking his life was kind of her undoing. And to be forced into this situation with this dog that was nothing but a hard reminder of the pain of the loss was a very confusing time for her.
Yeah, and Iris has a great line too, where she questions what Apollo was like before she got the chance to know him. Bill, that was obviously Walter's dog previously. That relationship existed off screen. Did you kind of fill in what that relationship was like, what that Apollo and Walter dynamic was, considering all of his other relationships in the movie?
Yeah, that's a really good one. It's unknown, you know, because of the way the story is written. You know, I've got to sort of show what it was all about, how we arrived at the beginning, so to speak. So I had to manifest in ways that made it clear what was gone, what had just disappeared so suddenly, and suggest why all this upset, all this regret, anger, all these things that you get with death was visible, how it manifested, and so you put a face on the feelings, on the emotions. So I had to be that person. That was my job, my instruction, and it was fun to sort of combat that. You know, be the sort of emotional ping pong for her. You know, to have someone to bat it around with, to really get to answer the questions for her.
Very much so. I'll wrap with this, guys. This film obviously dives into a person's relationship with man's best friend, as they say, dogs. I didn't know I was a dog person until 2020 came around. My family got a dog in the middle of the pandemic, and now I miss her every day. She lives back in Massachusetts. What's each of your relationships like with dogs?
I'm obsessed. Definitely a dog person, and all dogs. I just love dogs. I'm enamored with them because they're the most loyal, loving, you know, special creatures. I find them to be completely necessary.
I recently lost my dog. It's not even that recent anymore. I've just been unable to replace him. He was the most extraordinary creature. But I am surrounded by people who are lunatic about dogs and have lots and lots of dogs and actually leave dogs with me. I don't know, it's just probably unsafe, but so I've got a lot of dogs running around that they're not my own personal responsibility, but they get fed, clothed, and sheltered. But,
art imitates life. You're taking care of just like Iris in the film.
Yeah.
How among all the other questions certain to have come to you was,
what's going to happen to the dog?